Hello, welcome to today's video on Reiki. My name is Tina Ross. I am a Karuna Holy Fire 3 Reiki Master, which means that I am also a Usui Holy Fire 3 Reiki Master. Reiki and I have been journeying together since 2011, and what a journey it has been, and what a blessing it has been. I have actively been sharing Reiki as well as teaching Reiki this past 9 years. And it's just been an amazing process. Always changing, always unfolding, always growing, always attaining the next level and layer of understanding and self-actualization. I had no idea that Reiki was going to unfold in my life the way that it did, and what an amazing gift it has become. And so I am very, very passionate about this modality, and I'm really excited to get to talk about it with all of you today. So bear with me. I'm a very, very casual person. I'm gonna bolt from here to there to everywhere as I talk about this, and hopefully you find it informative and insightful. And if you have any questions at all, I invite you to connect with me. I'm always happy to answer questions and have a conversation. It's my favorite thing, one of my favorite things. So as I said, my name is Tina Ross, and my journey with Reiki began 9 years ago. I was living in Edson at the time. I was raising my 2 children. I was married to my now ex-husband. And at that time, I was really deeply involved in learning about discovering all that there was out there, and that helped me to be who I was. And one of the tools I was using to do that was ceremony, sweat lodges, vision quests. I was actively engaged in those practices for a good 3, if not 3.5 years prior to Reiki coming in. And now looking back, I can understand the value of that, because it helped my mind to be open to these other forms of healing. And prior to that, I had no understanding of it. So I was raised in central Alberta. I grew up on a dairy farm. I had a huge family. I was blessed to have all of my grandparents around me, and my aunts and uncles. Grew up in a tiny little farming community, Alex, Alberta. And, you know, energy and all of this jazz wasn't really a part of my earlier experiences. So it wasn't until I was in my, I guess, early 30s that this awareness began to develop. And as a result of just asking a lot of questions, praying for clarity, inviting clarity in, and deeper understanding and knowledge, Reiki came across my path. And at that time, as I said, I was parenting two kids, and we had a business, we had our home, our acreage. Life was really, really busy. And not only that, but actually we were separated at the time. And when Reiki came in, I was already dealing with a lot, right? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But I had learned at that point to surrender and to trust. And that what was coming in to support me, to assist me in my journey. And so when Reiki came across my plate, so to speak, I said yes. I received my attunement in my front yard. A lady that I knew from town, a friend, came out and gave me my attunements. And she showed me the basics, right? How to hold my hands, how to just kind of hold them over areas in the body, and to just relax and share the symbols. But she told me that that was all she could teach me, that she was being guided not to give me a book, not to give me any more information, because I would adhere to that rather than allowing my intuition to guide me. And so it's kind of funny, right? So I really didn't get a lot of training. And she said that spirit was going to teach me. And that is exactly what ended up happening. She started bringing people to my home the very next day for me to share this energy with. And little by little, right, I would share. And then I'd ask them, how did you feel? What did you experience? And they were like, oh my gosh, there was colors, there was sensations, there was love. I feel so relaxed. I feel so good. And they'd leave, and beautiful change would occur for them in their life and in their well-being. And so I began to trust. I began to trust myself. I began to trust the energy of Reiki, my intuition. And before long, I was invited to work at a local salon in Edson, salon and spa. And so I took that big step and I did it. And I was sharing Reiki every day. And in those sessions, magical things would happen. My hands would get moved. I could feel something, grip my wrist and move it. There was understanding coming in, clarity coming in, messages that I would share with the people on the table coming in. And about 2 years, 3 years into the journey, I picked up a textbook written by William Lee Rand, and I read it. And lo and behold, everything in this textbook, as far as techniques and hand positions and, the training, was exactly what I was doing. From Gasho to Biosen scanning to Reiji Ho, all of it I was doing. I just didn't have the names for it. So literally the energy of Reiki was flowing through me and teaching me. And it has built my faith, my intuition, my belief in miracles, because I witnessed them happen all the time, over these last 9 years. And so I've continued to share and to build a business and my offering and the classes. And it brings me a great deal of joy and pleasure and fulfillment to be able to work with other people and assist them in their journey in the way that I have been assisted in mine with this beautiful modality of Reiki. So what is Reiki? It's amazing. But it is spiritual energy that is coming in and moving through you, and you're being guided, and you share it. And as you share it out of the palm of your hands and your eyes, as well as like every pore in my case, it is assisting the life force energy of the person that you're working with. It flows through their meridians, their organs, their glands, their energy centers and energy field, helping to create flow. Oftentimes, our energy becomes dormant. It doesn't move. It becomes sluggish or stuck. And Reiki gently moves through you and begins to help break up that dormant energy, that trapped energy, so that it can start to flow. Flow and movement is life force, right? When we stop moving, when we stop flowing, we experience entropy, and that creates illness. And so basically, Reiki begins to flow through the body, the centers, and the field, bringing movement and life, right? Your life force energy begins to move through you more powerfully. It begins to express through you more powerfully. Actually, yes, it does. But really what happens is that it allows your authentic self, the original you, to start to express and create more fully, as opposed to your conditioning, your trauma, any limiting ancestral energy that you may be experiencing, or even trauma from past lives, right? That often is a part of our experience. With the help of Reiki, flowing through all of these aspects of ourselves, we begin to be able to create change, making new choices, having new perceptions, feeling better in our body, in our mind, in our spirit, which allows us to grow, to evolve, as well as to heal. And it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful journey. For that is what we're here to do. We are here to grow. We are here to heal. We are here to explore, to have experiences, to create to give birth, right? To bring ourselves further into this act of creation. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So Reiki starts to flow through you, guided by its own intelligence, which is divine, it's pure love, to help you create effective change in the body and the energy centers. Not all healers use Reiki. Some healers use other modalities. There's many, many modalities out there now, as well as some just simply use this beautiful divine spiritual energy that you can channel down through your crown chakra and share that with others, right? That too creates beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing for people. However, Reiki is a little different, right? It is limitless. It's coming from source, and it is never draining. It's never fatiguing, and it never runs out. When we're using our own life force energy to help another person, we might get tired. We might find that our amount of energy that we have to share is limited and that we have to stop or resume. Reiki is not that way. It comes from a limitless supply, and we can share it powerfully with another. The only thing that limits our sharing is our filters within our body. If they are clogged or cluttered, we will channel less Reiki. The more that we cleanse and clear within ourselves, the more powerfully we can share Reiki, the more that moves through us. It's like a tap. You know, when the screen is plugged, some water will come out, but it's not the same as once you've cleared that screen, you turn the tap on, you get lots of water pouring out. It's the same with Reiki and your body, as well as your energy field. Your energy field, your energy centers, and your meridians can become sluggish. They can have slow moving energy. They can have blocked energy. And that affects our ability to receive as well as to share. And so Reiki can help unclutter that, unblock that in a very, very beautiful, powerful way. In order to share Reiki, you do need to attend a class. Within a class, you receive what we now call placements. And these placements help connect you to the energy of Reiki, so that that is the energy that you are sharing. If you have not attended a class, if you have not received the placements, and yet you are experiencing some form of energy flowing through you, it may or may not be Reiki, right? So some people are born with Reiki flowing through them. I was told that I was one of those, that it's been with me since the moment of my birth, and that, you know, I was sharing it and channeling it, but I did not have an awareness of it. It was only after attending, well, actually I didn't attend a class. She came out and taught me one-on-one that I began to develop this awareness. So little by little. And then of course I did attend many, many, many more classes as I was mastering this modality. Reiki, once attending a class, creates a really beautiful cleansing opportunity. And this is where those filters I was talking about, as well as the energy field, energy centers, meridians, organs, and glands, release. You detoxify. You have an amazing physical, emotional, mental, as well as spiritual cleanse. It is powerful. And the changes that I've witnessed happen for people who have attended the classes is nothing short of amazing. Over and over and over again, I've had the joy of witnessing the change that it creates for people in their well-being, their health, their life, even their life path, right? Really, really amazing. So it creates this beautiful cleansing process and opportunity. Reiki can never cause harm. It comes from pure love. And even honestly, even if there was a practitioner who had an ill intention, it wouldn't be the Reiki that carried it out. It would be their own life force energy, their own intention that carried it out. Reiki exists on such a high frequency of love that it does not cause harm. Sometimes when people have received a session, they may feel ill afterwards because they're cleansing. Their physical body is releasing. So for those of you who have experienced a cleanse intentionally, where you've limited flour, sugar, alcohol, coffee, you cleaned it all out of your diet, you will know that that first couple of days, you probably had a headache, you probably had some muscle pain, you probably felt a little, ooh. I know that's how I feel whenever I do a cleanse. And sometimes after an individual has attended a class and had a huge release, or a session and experienced a huge release, they will go into a cleansing process. That usually lasts anywhere from 3 days to a week. And sometimes a little longer if it's a class, but typically not. And after the cleanse has finished, you feel lighter, brighter, inspired, energetic. Aches and pains are gone. You feel more rested. You feel relaxed. So it's so worth that little bit of discomfort that you may or may not feel to experience the benefit on the other end. Very, 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 very powerful. Very powerful. Anyone can learn Reiki. Anyone at all. Animals are being attuned to Reiki. Children are receiving their placements. It is safe for everyone and anyone. It helps you evolve. It helps you heal. It's a beautiful tool in your toolbox for life. I often compare it to being a carpenter. If a carpenter only had a hammer, it would be very, very difficult to build a house. In order to build that beautiful house, you need a variety of equipment and tools. You need hammers and nails and saws and drill guns and you name it. You need all kinds of tools to assist you in that process of building and creating, as do we. We also need tools that help us build and create our life. Meditation, Reiki, yoga, clean eating, all of these beautiful things that we've learned along the way, the power of our thoughts, intentions, those are all tools that can help us to craft and create an amazing life. And the reason that Reiki makes a great tool is because it works with you at that energetic level. That is the level of creation. Everything in the physical is a result of what happens energetically first. If you change the energy, you heal and change the physical. Changing the physical doesn't necessarily change the energy. However, if you get to the root energetically, I guarantee you it will change the physical. I've saw it, I've witnessed it over and over and over again in my own life, as well as in the lives of my clients and students. And without a shadow of a doubt, I can guarantee you this is exactly what happens. And it is exciting. It is so exciting to know and experience the power that you are, the power that exists within you as well as all around you that you can connect into and use, experience, and to create that way. It's so much fun. So much fun. Another beautiful thing about Reiki, if you are sharing it as a practitioner, or even just with your loved ones in your life or with yourself, is that it is not depleting. It does not tire you. You do not feel sluggish after a session. If you feel tired, it's because you are using your own life force energy as well as Reiki. And in the course of the class and through mentoring, I can teach you how to do that or not do that, right? So that you do not feel that level of fatigue. Another wonderful, wonderful thing is that you can use it on yourself. I think this is the part that is I'm the most passionate about, is that you can share Reiki with yourself every single day. I do. I have for years now. I put my hands on my lap and I start to channel Reiki through my body and my field, and that is how I meditate. And the changes that I have been able to create for myself, the releases that happen from within my body that I can feel, are just nothing short of amazing, right? Like it's just really, 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 truly amazing. And you begin to become more and more and more and more aware of yourself. And that is extremely powerful because we're no longer looking outside of ourselves. We're no longer blaming this or that. We start to recognize, wait a minute, I can go within here and discover what is going on. Why do I feel the way that I feel? What am I experiencing right now? And I want to work within myself and with myself to create a shift. That to me is empowerment. That to me is having one heck of an amazing tool that I can use anytime, anywhere, any place to help me feel centered, calm, and grounded. And that from that place, I can continue to go through my day creating consciously. I can be aware rather than at the mercy of whatever it is that's going on around me. So really, really beneficial, especially now, right? Like look at what we're going through. You know, the world is different. Life is different right now. And more than ever, we need these kinds of tools that can help to create freedom for ourselves, to create change, to create growth, and to experience our own unlimited nature. And that's what Reiki can help you do in a very loving, beautiful, gentle, but yet powerful way. So interestingly enough, a little bit of history about Reiki. So this form of Reiki, there are many, many, many forms of Reiki out there, but Usui Reiki came in back in 1922 in Japan through Master Usui. And he was on a journey, right? He was on a journey to experience enlightenment, Satori. And as a result, he ended up receiving the gift of Reiki, which at that time he was in an enlightened state. And anyone that he taught at the master level also became enlightened and had the ability to then pass that on to their students. However, upon his death, that stopped. But the amazing thing is that the energy, the Reiki energy, has continued to evolve and it has changed. It has elevated. It has increased. The frequency is stronger, which means it's more effective. So now the representation of that in the name is the Holy Fire 3. So it's Usui Holy Fire 3 Reiki. And it is truly, truly magnificent. Back when the change started to happen in 2014, I was well into my practice at that time. And I had clients, I had all sorts of things happening. I actually received the upgrade to Holy Fire 1 when I went down to Sedona to get my Karuna ignitions, which is another form of Reiki. It means compassionate service. So as I was attending that class, I was brought into the new Holy Fire energy at that time. And the healing that I experienced just as a result of the ignitions was bananas. Bananas, like massive, massive clearing from my body and energy field. That was happening at the level of my soul. So again, very, very liberating. And now that once I was in that energy, every time it would upgrade, I would have an awareness of that. My meditations would change. The frequency would change. There would be this big change. And then would come an email from William saying, guess what? It's happened again. We've had a shift. The energy's gotten stronger, and then he would do an upgrade webinar where you could receive the ignition to upgrade this energy. And so, it's just been incredible. It's evolving and changing along with us so that it's able to address our needs adequately, more than adequately, right now and here and now. So that is one of the things that I truly appreciate about this modality, is the fact that it's constantly upgrading. And this is not humans doing it, it's the divine doing it, which is why I trust it so deeply. In sessions, beautiful beings of light come in, right? Ascended masters, angels, the Reiki masters, Palladians, Arcturians. It's a party just about every single time, right? All these beautiful beings of light coming in to serve and assist you. And that is how supported we are. And it's been through my journey with Reiki that I've begun to develop more of an awareness of them. Of course, I had faith and trust and all of that prior to receiving my attunements. But after receiving Reiki, the more that I shared it, the more that it was flowing through me, the more that it cleared me, the more my awareness of all that is around me heightened and changed. And my ability to see and hear and feel and taste and touch and connect and know in this new way emerged. And that's not just because it was me. That can happen for anybody who chooses to journey with Reiki, because that is what it does. It helps us to ascend. It helps us to evolve. And it is so incredibly exciting. So exciting. So of course, I welcome you all to give Reiki a try, whether it's with me or another practitioner. If it's something that has been, sparkling in your mind, and it's like, oh, I've heard about that and I'm curious, or, oh, I feel pulled, I feel drawn to inquire, it's because you are being intuitively pulled to experience that modality. There's something there that you are going to experience that will be of benefit to you. So I really, really encourage you to give Reiki a try. It is wonderful. And from there, you may even discover that you want to join a class, right? And from that place, then you can start to share this with your loved ones, your children, your pets, your community. Maybe you'll decide to become a practitioner. When I received my attunements, I had no intention of being a practitioner. I was simply guided to it. I said yes, and it was just going to be another tool in my toolbox. And it has become so much more. Reiki has guided me for years now. And what it has guided me to is really, truly beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And I feel deeply grateful every single day for that, which is why I'm so passionate about sharing it with all of you. So it has been around for a very, very long time, and it is very safe and very trustworthy. And I believe that it has the ability to help us through these changing times in a very potent and powerful way. So I welcome you to check me out. My website hasn't been updated in a while. It's kind of in the process of a new one being made, but TinaRossHealing.com is my website, or you can find me on Facebook, Tina Ross Healing. And there's a lot of videos on Facebook. I do card readings. I do little updates. I do talks. There's a lot of great videos to be accessed on Facebook. And in the future, there will also be more on YouTube. But right now, my focus is the one-on-one sessions because of the impact that that's creating for the individuals that I work with. And that just, again, fills me with a lot of joy and excitement. So thank you so much for tuning in. Another quick thing I'd like to mention is November 21st, as part of this beautiful expo that Carolyn has put on, I will be doing a 1-hour Reiki talk about Reiki and your personal ascension. As well, there will be a chance to experience a Reiki transmission. So that is a really, really wonderful experience. It will give you a taste of Reiki, right? A 15-minute transmission. I promise you, you will feel it. I promise you, you will have a beautiful experience. And it will open you up to this understanding that we don't have to be in the same room to connect. We don't have to be in the same room to share this beautiful energy and have it work within you and for you. And so it's exciting, it's fun, and it opens you up to a new level of experience. So to register for that class, you need to connect with me. You can either email me at rosstina75@gmail.com, or you can text me at 780-712-3992. That's the best way. I check my texts all the time. And you just let me know that you're interested in registering for the expo event. And yes, it's Reiki and your personal ascension. Actually, I've got that wrong, but it's something like that. You'll know. It's Tina Ross. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you found this little video informative and helpful. And if you have any questions at all, please connect with me via the email I just provided or my cell number. I'm really, really happy to have a chit chat. So take care, have a wonderful day, and I really look forward to connecting with you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.